going to be picking or we're going to be designing our own hypothetical January 1st wave. And the criterion is we must each have one microfighter, one battle pack, one brickhead, one helmet, because Star Wars helmets are very much in right now, and one large set that is £60 plus, which is similar in sort of price and brick to the recently released TIE Bomber. Now, I hope the three of us don't clash, but I have a sneaky suspicion that we will. And what we'll do is we'll kind of, each of us will go through each category, and then we'll have a little bit of a talking point at the end, what we think, and we'll kind of track onto that at the very end. So, Lecoid...
Just really quickly before we start,
go on.
Josh, you said something just before we started recording that makes me think there's going to be clashes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to...
It was about what's being released later this year, so I'm fully expecting clashes.
Yeah. Have either of you guys got backups if we do clash?
In some areas, I have.
Yeah, I have in a couple, but I think if we do clash, it's not so bad in this instance because it's a hypothetical line. It just means that we all want the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, Lecoid, as our guest for tonight's episode, you get the option. Would you like to go first on this one, or would you like to delegate the first to myself or Sam?
On the first one, I'll delegate to one of you. I'll delegate to Sam. Because he's coming back, I'll let Sam go first.
Okay.
So what are we going for first, Josh?
Okay, so...
I've got Brickhead on my list.
Okay, so we'll kick... Yeah, do you know what? Okay, we'll kick off with Brickheads. So, it's January 2024. You are about to unveil the Star Wars wave. You've got your first brickhead of the year in Star Wars. What are you going for?
Well, since we've just finished the new Ahsoka show, and everybody's been jettisoned off into the chaos, the unknown regions, I thought it would be only fitting if we have a Grand Admiral brickhead.
Oh!
In January.
Oh, you got the same as me, didn't you, Jimmy? Oh, the three of us. Oh.
I do have a backup for that one, though. I do have a backup for that.
No way have we all gone for that.
Oh,
yeah.
How good would that look, though? The blue, the white.
So good.
Yeah, the red eyes, everything.
That is unreal.
Oh.
I knew it. I knew that was going to happen.
And do you know what? As soon as you said it, I was like, oh, God, if he's gone this route, I am going to be like, oh, brilliant. I do have a couple of backups.
Jim's got a backup.
Because I did think, when obviously me and Josh talked about it's the 10th anniversary of Rebels in 2024. We are just after Ahsoka. Thrawn might be the go-to. It will look great, but with it being, the end of Ahsoka and the 10th anniversary, I think ideal double pack like we had with Obi-Wan and Vader is Zeb and Chopper.
Ooh!
Zeb would be really cool.
I went the same thought as you, Jim, but I went Kanan and Hera.
Yeah,
nice. Let's just get all of them.
Yeah,
Sabine and Zeb.
Yeah.
We'll have Kanan and Hera, and then Ezra and Chopper.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then Thrawn is like an added bonus, isn't it? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Thrawn and Rook.
Thrawn and Agent Callus.
Nice. Hot Callus.
Okay, so that was the brickheads done. I think it's fair to say we've got our first clash, but it's good that we've got backup. So yeah. So just to reiterate, all three of us for the brickheads did say Thrawn.
Yep.
So that's fine. But it's good that we've got some backups as well. So our next category, gentlemen, will be the battle pack. So who wants to go first on this one? Would you like to go first, Lecoid? Would you like to go first, Sam? Would you like me to go first? Who wants to go first?
Oh, you love a battle pack. You go first.
Okay, so it's obviously my thought process was we've recently had the Clone Specialist battle pack 501st. So a year from now, let's go for a Battle Droid Specialist battle pack. So specifically, it would be a battle pack consisting of 2 B1 battle droids, a B2 super battle droid, and a commando droid.
Nice. I mean, we all know that B1 battle droid made it into my top 5 Star Wars minifigs.
Yeah.
So I'm fully on board, Joe.
Yeah, and again, my thought process was it wouldn't be, you maybe get like one standard B1, or you would get, let's say, like a B1 sharpshooter, and then you would get like something else as well. So it's kind of like just a bit of diversity for the battle pack sort of collectors and army builders out there.
Nice.
Yeah. So in that case, then, so that was my choice. Lacoid, what have you gone for?
For Battle Pack, I've gone for because obviously it was Dream Picks. I went for Republic Commandos because I loved that game on the original Xbox, and obviously I thought those four would be a great Battle Pack.
Nice.
Yeah, that is all. I want some sort of way of lighting up their visors as
Yeah,
well.
and it's and I think that's possibly the most likely shout as well, because we've had Commandos featured in the Bad Batch, and they've also appeared in Clone Wars as well. So I mean, I'm all for that. Like, you know what I mean? If they don't make my Battle Droid one, make a Clone Commandos one like that. Yes, take my money. Right, go on, Sam. Your turn. What have you gone for?
Okay, so I have gone for a Jedi battle pack, but not named Jedi. Like, if you're building up some sort of Jedi army, or like Jedi versus Sith battle or something, just like generic Jedi robes, just different kind of different species, like just a complete mix match of Jedi, but have them so that you could swap them around, move them, like have different torsos on different legs and things, so that you could create lots of different variants of Jedi. Almost like, I'm thinking like the Man United brickheads or whatever, the custom brickheads where you've got all the different hairs, almost like that, like a battle pack where you customize your own Jedi and you can create your own little Jedi battle pack. That would be awesome, and I would pick up a lot of those.
I love that. As soon as you started saying it and talking about it, I was like, I instantly thought of Jedi Bob, and I'm like, I'm going to get Jedi Steve and Jedi Dave.
Exactly.
Jedi Dave.
They're all going to be around the cantina.
I would love it, because I think there's so many Jedi out there, especially in like the prequels. But like I mentioned earlier, I had the High Republic on my mind because I just finished one of the books, and there's just like at that point there's thousands of Jedi out there, and I just thought it would be really cool. Like, we all have this at some point. Someone is going to make a film where there's like a big Jedi versus Sith battle. Like, at some point that has to happen, and I just think it would be really cool to like create your own kind of army of Jedi. I think it would be cool.
No, that's good. And then to just thinking about what you said, Sam, you could also do, like, say for example, you could do like a human Jedi, a Togruta Jedi, a Twi'lek, and a Zabrak, and you can kind of like mix and match. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Okay, so I think that's good. We didn't get any clashes on the battle pack, gentlemen, so that's very good. So that's the brickheads done, the battle pack's done. Now this one, I feel we may clash on. I have a sneaky feeling one of us will clash, and that is the microfighter.
Shall I go first for this one?
I think so, Sam.
I'm not convinced I will clash. I was more thinking minifigs. Obviously, you want a half-decent minifig with a microfighter. And because these minifigs have only ever been in expensive sets, I was thinking they might go for a Havoc Marauder, so a microfighter Havoc Marauder, and have one of the Bad Batch, maybe Hunter or maybe Omega, whichever one that they go for. Obviously, they've got their choice. But yeah, I thought a Havoc Marauder would be quite a cool little microfighter. I know we've had like the mini version in the advent calendar, but yeah, that's what I went for.
Nice, solid. I mean, it's very fitting because Bad Batch season 2 is out, and obviously come sort of January, Bad Batch season 3. So that's a solid shout. I mean, if we look back at this in a year's time and that does happen, hey, there you go. Those non-disclosure agreements are certainly working in your favour.
Yeah.
Right, Jimmy, what have you gone for? Tell me.
This one was the most difficult one that I had to think of, but then it just came to me, and I was like, yes, I would like to see a big version of this, but just this, like, to get the minifigure, is a Stinger Mantis with Cal Kestis.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, nice.
They've done Jedi Fallen Order.
Yep.
It's got to happen at some point. That's a great shout.
That is a really good shout. Do you know what?
I want it now.
That is definitely a really good option. I don't even think I need to go next. I'm going to just stick with that one. That's possibly the best option.
Yeah, that's a great shout.
Ugh.
What did you have, Josh?
I went really boring. I figured because it's very much at the height of Star Wars right now. We've had a playset version. We've had multiple variants of this one. I said
For the Razor Crest.
no. I have gone for a microfighter scale version of Mando's M1 Starfighter.
Nice. The only thing I would say about that is that there is a very good rebrickable of the Razor Crest microfighter that came out. You can literally make the N1 Starfighter out of it by using the exact same pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lego loves Mando, don't they?
Yeah,
As many Mandos as they can get out.
that was the thought process that I was going with. I kind of sat there and thought, you know what? They've done like 4 versions of the Razor Crest. He doesn't have the Razor Crest anymore. He's got Mando Starfighter. Let them just make a microfighter out of it and see how we get on. That was the thought process I was going for.
That's naive of you, Josh, because you don't understand Disney marketing. Because he will crash his M1 Starfighter in season 3, and he will have a new ship by the end of it that will then have to pay another £70 to buy.
Indeed.
Hey, I'm just saying, milk the train while it's there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So
This is the one. What are we going to next? Are we going helmets next?
Yeah, we're going helmets next because I feel like the large sat one we need to finish off with because I think it's going to be really good options. So Star Wars helmets are pretty big right now. We've obviously had some announcements for the new one. They've also made their way into Marvel as well. And I thought, why not give it a go? So Star Wars helmets, I'll go first on this one because my thought process was they would go for a helmet of the Purge Trooper from Jedi Fallen Order / Jedi Survivor and go for that one.
Nice. I think they're definitely. They've done the clone troopers. I think that they will go back to stormtroopers, paratroopers, something like that at some point. I think that's a great shout.
Yeah, and I mean it kind of fits in because the game's coming out, in the next few months and things like that, and we never got any Lego sets related to, as you rightfully said, Fallen Order. We
got BD1.
We got BD1, but like play sets or anything like that, or battle packs or anything like that, we did. The Purge Trooper's pretty big in like the Black Series 3 3/4 inch and 6-inch mini scale figures. So I figured test it with a helmet. So yeah, that was my choice.
Nice. Jim, you want to go next?
This is one I thought we would class really on. So I picked 3. But yeah, I just feel the best one that we could get is because of the colours will be Sabine Wren's helmet.
Oh, awesome! Great shout. She was so Sabine and Bo-Katan were the first 2 that popped into my head, and then I thought, how are they going to get the detail for those helmets in that scale? Which is why I didn't go for them. But I do think Sabine is a great shout, and she's got it would be great if they just had like the base, and then they gave you the option to build either of her helmets or model helmets. That would be really whatever design you go. Yeah,
that is nice. That is nice.
And again, fits with the Rebels 2.0 Ahsoka series theme. That's good. Mine does not.
What have you gone for?
I went way out of. I just don't think Lego will ever dive into this again, but I think it's too cool not to do. And I went with Emphas Nest.
Oh, okay.
I think that would be a really cool, like with the spikes coming up behind her, and like I just that helmet is so good. That design of that character is so good. I just think that would be an awesome helmet to have. The only thing I did think about though, when you look at the Star Wars helmets in a row, they are very generic. So far, they haven't really like pushed the boat out really anywhere. They haven't gone for any. Like you look at Star-Lord's helmet, and it's just completely different, isn't it? So I thought I'd try and find something a little bit different, a bit more creative. So yeah, went with Emphas Nest. Not quite as colourful as.
No, that's actually good, and it's niche as well because obviously Solo, a Star Wars story, and things like that. So I mean, if it does release in 2024. I'll hold my hand up and say, well done.
It could be one they keep for the 10th anniversary, just so they've got a set.
Exactly. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, and now we come to our final one of our 5 options for tonight's hypothetical January 2024 wave, which is a large set. Now, the criterion for this one, I was very, very strict on this one, was it has to be £60 or more, because obviously the TIE Bomber is sort of within that sort of price range now, and obviously I figured they'd release something similar. So, Sam, since this is your return to the podcast, you get to go first.
I mean, as soon as you said January 2024, a lot of ships went through my mind that I would like to have released, but they were way above the TIE Bomber bracket, so maybe we'll discuss those very briefly after this. But what I decided on in the end is very typical Star Wars fashion, and it was half what I want and half what I think Lego tend to do, which is revisit sets. But one of my favourite starships, starfighters, whatever you want to call it, is the Arc 170, and there hasn't been one for a long time. I just think it's such a cool build. The original one, Jacob's got it hung up in his room. It's an awesome build, but it was built before they changed the brittle bricks, and the amount that we've had broken on that ship over the years, just through like normal play swooshing around. I'd love to see a new one out. That would be really, and they love clone content. They always do. So I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility to see something like that.
No, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot. I think as the guest, Jimmy, I think we're going to round off. You can be the last one. So my option for a large set within that price range was quite similar to Sam, really. I went for a set that I would like them to release, but I don't think they will. And it's one that we haven't had for a while, and is also in keeping with the Star Wars Rebels kind of anniversary thing, because it appeared in Star Wars Rebels because they changed its origin story, and that was the B-Wing.
Not been going for a while, yeah.
I think the last one was like 2014, so it was kind of like, well, if you're going to do a 2024 release, why not do a 10-year anniversary of the B-Wing and just give us like the ultimate B-Wing? And you could do it with a couple of Rebel pilot minifigures. You could maybe do it with an astromech, or you could even do, say, for example, you could do like Crix Madine as a minifigure. You could do Admiral Akbar as a minifigure, plus a couple of pilots, Nien Nunb, somebody like that, and just kind of like what they've done with the TIE Bomber, but the B-Wing.
I think that's a great shout, and I think the B-Wing covers a lot of bases as well. I think it's not out of the realms of possibility that we see a B-Wing heavily featured in the Ahsoka show. Obviously, original trilogy, you go back to Rebels, you kind of find B-Wings in a lot of eras of Star Wars. So, yeah, like you say, with the TIE Bomber, I think it's the perfect sort of set to kind of counter that, I guess, this time next year. I think that's a really good shout.
Yeah, and it's also in keeping with the Return of the Jedi anniversary as well.
Yeah.
And now we come to Mr. Lecoid. What large set idea have you gone for, dear sir? Because obviously you and I spoke about this before we went live on the podcast, and when you mentioned it, I was like, he's gone big. And I am hoping that I'm right and you picked what I think you're going to pick.
Well, no, because very much what Sam said before he started there. Thinking of the sets that I want, this set would be more than what you'd said, because you'd obviously said to me about £60-80, the same as the TIE Bomber. So I had a rethink. I was like, this is the set that I was thinking of is going to be 100 to 200, you know. So I thought about something, and I actually thought of a set review that you did last year. And it was the Mandalorian Starfighter and how poor the wings were.
Oh, yeah.
But for them to redo it better, but do Darth Maul's Night Brother.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm on board for anything more.
I also like the shameless plug of my YouTube channel as a thank you. You know, I respect that. I respect that. But thank you very much.
He's done his homework.
You weren't the only one. Everybody said about those wings when you turn them up and you see the bottom of base plates. You know, aesthetic was not there.
No, if you have it, if you have it like that,
to
it's
display
brilliant
as well.
Yeah, if you have it like that flat, it's brilliant. If you have it up, you can just see all the the pieces and the things. Do you know what? Yeah. I think that is a really good shout, and I would 100% buy that, and I hope you would also get an updated Savaggio Press minifigure as well.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So,
I think that's going to be a close one on the votes.
I was just about to say, so I think that rounds us off with the votes. There will be a poll out the three of us. Who do you think has the superior hypothetical wave? I think Lecoid may have clinched this one with his Night Brother and his battle pack as well. So that's my scoop on this one. But guys, I mean, let's just address this one now. Obviously I set the criteria to £60 to £80, but I know you guys were thinking bigger. So Lecoid, I'm gonna have to ask it, mate. Were you thinking Ghost?
No.
Okay. I was.
I don't think if they release Ghost again, it'll be a UCS. We'll get a UCS Ghost at some point. But when we see it live action, you know they're definitely going to come a UCS Ghost. My ship, round about £100 to £200, I think needs to come out. And I love this in the series. And we only obviously got one set from Andor, and it's Luthen Rail's Fonder Hallcraft. That ship could be awesome.
That was the one that I was thinking of.
It has to be a set.
Oh, nice, guys, nice. I like that a lot. I think
I was looking at people had built some mocks of it this week, and I was reading some guy had posted his designs and had put underneath, and it's he was like, I couldn't work out a smaller scale, and I think the scale of it was like very similar to the Justifier. You think that came out at 150, 160 quid? I just don't think you would be able to recreate that shit for any less than 100.
When I was thinking of it, I was thinking the Justifier set. I was like, it's going to be that price point, you know. So I couldn't have that, and I was just like, but that's a set that if it came out, that's definitely something I was buying.
The other one that I had in mind, going way back to like the Playscale Venator set, is a Playscale Chimera. Go back to Thrawn, have his capital ship. That, I mean, we haven't had, other than the UCS Star Destroyer, we haven't had a Playscale Star Destroyer for a long time.
2014 was the last one.
Yeah,
we had the First Order one, but like original, like OG one.
Order,
yeah,
so we forget about that.
Yeah, but you know, OG one. I had the Ghost down. Obviously, Star Wars Rebels is my thing, and obviously I have the original 2014 Ghost that I got at Brickfest, but I've had to dismantle that because it came partially assembled. But I also thought for that higher price point as well, I went back a little bit as well, but I went back to Phantom Menace, and I also picked the Naboo Royal Starship as well.
Nice.
But that would be too many shiny bricks.
Bring back the shiny plates, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.